Good news?
It's good, yeah. Looks very good.
Bueno, parece bien. De momento no falta nada. Vamos a ver.
Good news. Good news.
Sí, porque aparte voy a ver cómo está el motor, que no tengo ningún DT.
She's floating. It floats. And just before we were being launched into the water, we were getting stuff ready, so we undid the sail bag and we saw these cute little bees creating their beehive in the sail bag. I think it just shows you how long this boat's been in the hard and unused. Listen, we tried to do our best, and we put them into the closest bit of nature that we could find beside the boat. So I hope they're doing well.
Polo, first sailing. Go.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here we are. We have finally launched. We are en route to Baiona. We just left the shipyard in Vigo. So right now we just kept the engines on. It was really just to see how the engines responded after its service, how the boat handled in the water. We obviously had that leak that we fixed, and of course we had the other seacocks to keep an eye on. So we spent the next kind of hour and a half just motoring down the coastline. It was super beautiful. It was a lovely day to have the first trip. Nothing eventful happened. We made our way into Baiona. We tied up at the marina, but hopefully you enjoyed the first bit of footage of the boat on the water. What a day. Unbelievable day. First day on the boat, like on water, and yeah, it's just given me crazy energy. It's kind of like just the reality of it all kicking off. It's been a good day. Just back from the gym now. And yeah, it's all like this whole thing would start not till I got down to Marbella and I said goodbye to the captain. But I'm in this like beautiful place by Baiona. Don't ask me to pronounce it. It's like asking, you know, people who aren't Irish to pronounce Irish names. It doesn't go very well. So yeah, Baiona, something like that. And it's a beautiful little town, a gorgeous castle on top of the hill that we're going to go for a walk tomorrow. So I think we'll just start exploring this and, you know, treat this as the start of the kind of traveling, the actual in the towns and the cities that we visit, not just out on the ocean sailing. So yeah, we'll kick that off tomorrow. So we just had a little morning row across the bay. So Polo could go for a swim and a bit of a run. Morning from Baiona. Oh God, I still can't pronounce it. Yeah, I just had a lovely breakfast there. Again, just coming from like the south of France to like a little town in Spain, I think I had gorgeous little avocado on toast with ham and an egg and a latte and another espresso. It was like €7, which, you know, if that was in the south of France, would have been about 30 quid. So all those little things help. Tasted a little bit better because of that. And this place is just gorgeous. I think this is the first place in Europe where it was heard that Christopher Columbus had discovered the Americas. So yeah, I suppose it's quite a start. There's a beautiful boat to commemorate him down in the marina, which we're going to go check out a little bit later. But you know, just look at this. Next stop is New York. This place is just, it's so beautiful. And I would like to capture it in a better way, but I have to be just honest. This, I don't think, will be the most cinematic and beautifully shot videos when I'm traveling and sailing, because at the moment I can basically turn on the power button and I can press play and press stop. So we have 0 settings. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but yeah, I'm sure it'll get better over time. But you're literally getting a little Osmo Pocket 3 gimbal thing where I can press play and I can press stop. So yeah, I'll try my best over time to like learn a little bit more, but I just don't really want the taking out of a camera to take away from me experiencing all of these places that I travel to with Polo. So yeah, just a little bit of context setting. There probably are going to be a lot more beautifully shot videos out there than this one. So yeah, just being transparent so you know. I was cleaning the boat yesterday, and this marina dock is just in the worst condition ever. There's just like faulty wood everywhere, there's holes everywhere, and I just completely missed it and I just fell straight through it. Thankfully I wasn't like walking forward, or it could have been worse, but I just fell through and I ripped the side of my arm, I ripped the side of my leg, and then I sprained, I think, my kind of big toe. So I can't really put a huge amount of pressure on it right now. Yeah. we're leaving Thursday, so hopefully I'll be like recovered by then. Tonichi was mega this morning. He did all of the work, prepping the sails, prepping the reefs in the mainsail, getting everything ready. So yeah, I suppose these things happen. Right now I just feel utterly useless. But it's better to, I suppose, rest it for a day, because if we're leaving in 2-3 days, Tonichi will need me a lot more then than he does now. So yeah, he's been a superstar. He's just over here. He's at the bow, so he's just putting up the Genoa, and there's no wind today. As you can see behind me, it's flat cam, so we're just going to air out the sails and see if they're in good condition. I think the mainsail needs 2 battens, and then yeah, hopefully over the next 2-3 days we can take the boat back out and there's a bit of wind, and see how the rigging holds up, and after that we'll make a decision on when we head down south to Lisbon. So yeah, beautiful. What a day. It's a good day to have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Right, so we're just making our first plan. I think we'll leave here on Thursday. Tonichi has a thing on the weekend, so we think we'll leave Thursday, but the unfortunate thing is, just due to where we want to get to down in Portugal and Peniche, it's about 170 miles, so we will need to leave at midnight, and obviously it's the first time, well, we'll probably go for a quick sail this week before we go, right? So it'll be the first time we do a proper sail, so we have to leave at midnight, which he doesn't really want to, but you know, maybe that's what we have to do. But we're making a plan A and a plan B, just in case. So it's the first time we're doing a route plan. Anything you want to say, brother?
No. Giving me the last trip, so the last waypoint. But I want it from the first one. Yeah, here to here, nada. Nada y basta. Yeah, y ahora let me see the route. Es que es tontísimo. Can give me a bloody list with my points and how distance is for...
Maybe the pin?
Eh? It's the same. 2 and only give me this, you know what I mean?
Good morning, good morning. Looks a little bit calmer out there than we thought. Hello, buddy. So, today's departure day. I think we have a few bits and bobs to do, but yeah, I think we'll be leaving tonight at like 1 a.m. I'd say I'm like 3 out of 10 prepared for this, if not less. But I think like listen, the only way you're gonna learn is if you get out there. So, all right, we'll chat later. We're back. Well, firstly, it is a good day to have a good day. I cannot stop smiling because we are leaving this evening. So I've just been shopping. I'm gonna make some food before we depart. Just have it in the Tupperware. I was just like smiling walking around the shop. I know it's a very simple thing, but doing your first shop for your first trip was good. What did I got? I got like some electrolytes. Even though I don't think they actually do anything, but they do make you drink more water. Some protein powder, some protein bars, just easy on a night shift or whatever. Some chips for Tonichi because he wanted them. And then yeah, just got like some protein yogurts, some meats, some dark chocolate, some Parmigiano Reggiano, which is my favorite, bread, granola, yogurts. Yeah, just easy stuff. I'll probably make some fajitas, chicken and rice, beef and pasta type of thing, just to have already pre-cooked. I'm like big into my food. I probably spend most of my monthly money on food. I like eat a lot of food. And I grew up on a farm, so I try buy from a butcher's or buy local. I've always enjoyed that type of food. I think it's the healthiest. Everyone to their own, but that's what I do. I kind of have like 3 rules with food. One is how close to source is it. So like coconut milk, there's no such thing as coconut milk, you know what I mean? There's milk from a cow's titties, and I like to get it straight from there as much as possible. So like full fat, straight from the cow. Is it 100%? Like, is it a single ingredient food? So for example, like orange juice, is it 100% orange juice, or is it 70% orange juice and 30% shit? And then my grandmother's 98, something like that. So could my grandmother have eaten it? Which is like a good test, because if not, it was probably some sort of invented food, which I know is hypocritical with the protein bars and the protein yogurt. But anyway, that's like the framework that I try to eat in. So yeah, I will pack away some of this stuff. Still haven't done the fruit shop, so we'll get some like watermelon, pineapple, mangoes, kiwis. I got Polo's dog food and stuff yesterday. And yeah, got like what? After today, I have like 5 days with Tonichi, and then I'm by myself because I'm just bloody excited. It's just like, yeah, it's just good, man. Like it's just good. It's just a good day, and I'm just feeling, I don't know. I spent like the last 10 years like wearing a suit and tie, thinking, that's what life was. And obviously, if that does make you happy, I'm not here to preach at all, but I've never felt this alive. And I'm on like a boat from 1981. I'm back on like a small budget every month. But like, happy. Very, very happy.
Go!
You ready?
Yeah, I'm born ready.
You ready, Polo? Next stop, Portugal. Tonichi, 25 knots.
25 knots, yeah? Look at that.
Okay, Polo. Polo.
Look at 6 knots. 6.4. You see that?
Yeah.
So between the 6 that we are doing, and the 4, 5 that put there is 11 knots. So less than half.
I don't think that's how it works, no?
We have to send a complaint to Windy and to predict wind.
So we settled into a pretty good rhythm on the ocean. We turned off the engine, we had just the Genoa up, and due to the fact the hull was beautifully clean, with the previous week's anti-fouling having been completed, we were doing about 7 knots, and it was gliding through the water. Polo was enjoying himself, he was getting his sea legs. We were keeping a close eye on him. We kept a life jacket on for all of the trip, and we had a leash tied to him when it was just one of us in the cockpit and we were on shifts. But yeah, he did pretty well, so I was really happy with him. The sunset was beautiful. We spent quite a lot of time just watching the sun disappear over the horizon, which I don't think anyone who sails ever gets bored of. And then we went into our first night watch. Polo stayed by my side every time I did a night watch, so his kind of sleeping pattern was a bit disrupted and he just followed me around. But all in all, it was a beautiful, beautiful start to a great adventure.
Oh my god. It is absolutely nuts out there. It's 2 a.m. Tonichi just had his sleep. I don't know, it's freezing. It's quite eerie, I would say, when you're, obviously I'm with Tonichi now, but when I'm by myself, I don't know. I think I'll stick to day sails for the next little while. But the boat is just rocking like mad. You can't prepare for that. At the start I was like, out of like 0 to 10, how big are these waves and how rocky is it? He was like, oh, probably like a 2. A 2? What the fuck is a 10? But yeah, I was like falling asleep as well. Like, you have to be careful because it's for the last like half an hour my eyes were just like, just like maybe there was like a 30-second window where I was asleep. So you imagine if you're by yourself. Anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep now and we can chat when I'm up.
As you saw, the overnight sail was trickier than we probably wanted, but the sunrise again was beautiful. It was amazing to watch the sea and the sky go from pitch dark to a little bit of brightness to a beautiful morning. The wind got bigger and bigger as the morning progressed, and we made a decision to pull in to Figueira da Foz so Tonichi could get back for his weekend jobs as a musician. And as you can see now, we were really hit with 30 knots of wind and it made the conditions tough, but I think being with Tonichi during 30 knots of wind was a great refresher that I needed. It would have been a lot more tricky and nerve-wracking if I was by myself. So again, it was just great to have him with us, and I'll let you hear what it sounds to be in 30 knots of wind on the ocean now. Alrighty, so we've arrived in Figueira da Foz. It's 32 degrees or something, so it's toasty. I would say, like, overall, that trip was pretty shit. Like, I don't know, you feel like, I imagine it's what like a sock feels like in a washing machine, if that analogy makes sense. You are just, once you go down into the boat when you're at sea on the Atlantic Ocean, you're just thrown around from left to right. I was banging my head, banging my toes. It wasn't enjoyable at all. Out here in the cockpit, it was okay, but my days it was shite. Like, and you're sleep deprived. You can't sleep basically because like you're rolling off the bed onto the bed. Polo didn't know what to do, and there was like 30 knots of wind and like fairly big waves. So it was definitely a tough start. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all, basically. So anyway, once we get into the Med, it'll be nicer. It's just because we're in the Atlantic Ocean. All right, so we're at the end of today. I think it'll be like the end of episode 3. Tonichi's just left. He's gone back to Baiona. I just had a little freshen up. That shower was maybe one of the best showers I've ever had in my life. I think like 25 or 6 hours at sea, and then you come back to a marina and you have a nice warm shower. It's the simple things that you really appreciate when you live on a boat. So I think people might think I'm a little mad what I'm about to say, but I've decided that for the next stint I'm going to try do it myself. And I know it's my first 24 hours on an ocean ever, and that might seem crazy, but I'm going to try and attempt to get to Nazaré by myself. And then maybe Qashqai. Let's see. I was just talking with Tonichi, and he obviously has to go back to Baiona, and he's been like the best help in the world. Like, I just would have been lost without him. All of the stuff he helped me with, not just, you know, coming on that first trip, but you have to do like a lot of jobs beforehand, getting the rigging ready, getting the electrics ready, and he was just amazing. I genuinely couldn't have done it without him. But he's gone back to Baiona to do his other job. He's a musician, and, you know, he's got a family, and then he's got to, like, you know, take a train back there, and it's just back and forth, all of the stints, and it was just messy for him. And then for myself, obviously, you know, I don't want to spend weeks getting through the Strait of Gibraltar. I'd like to do it in a week. So I just said, let me see if I can do the next stint by myself, if I have the confidence, if I can do the navigation myself, all of it, like. And so in the next episode, you're going to see me attempt, well, hopefully you'll see me in the next episode, attempt to do the next passage myself. Listen, I think you only learn by going at stuff. If worst comes to worst, I can pull back into a marina, I can pull back into an anchorage if I don't feel safe, or whatever. So, yeah, we're going to give it a go and see what happens. It took about an hour. But would you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, would you? I don't know what else to say. So it was a bit daunting, I'm not going to lie.